Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today this video is about why you should start a YouTube channel. I started this channel a year ago. But ever since I started this channel, a lot of the things changed in my life. I've been wanting to do YouTube for a very long time, and I know a lot of people watching this also wanted to do it. But the first video I posted, after that things became very easy. Although I wasn't as consistent because, a lot of things were going on in my life, whether it's like education, jobs, and I was trying to kind of set this foundation for myself and build a capacity where I can actually do YouTube. Something I'm very passionate about. So let's jump right into this video because I have points to be discussing on why I think you should start a YouTube channel today. Number one, you will become more confident. I used to think I am confident, but honestly, the reason I started YouTube is because I wanted to kind of enhance my public speaking skills and at the same time be more confident talking and articulating myself. And if you watch my older videos, honestly, sometimes I cringe watching them, but I'm also proud to see that I've had so much progress ever since I started YouTube. And it just changed a lot in my life. I started to become able to say things that I'm really, really passionate about in a very confident way. And I think that I'm still learning new things as I go, whether it's editing, whether it's like, how to play around with, lighting. Like for example, this lighting setup is something I've never seen before, but I bought lights and I was like, I want to kind of try something different. So it kind of puts you in a creative zone. Like for me, I have a very professional career and then I have a very creative side. So for me, I get to actually do these things and it makes me very confident with myself. The second thing is you actually discover what you're really passionate about. I played around with different things. I didn't try to set a specific niche for myself because I, treated it as a playground where I get to discover what I'm really passionate about. I wanted to discover what I want to research about, what I wanted to help people learn. And those are things that I actually wanted to learn myself. So for me in that process, I tended to go research about areas that I feel like I have experiences on. But in that process, I was like, for me to actually educate someone about it, I need to do some research and have some facts to back it up. And since I've been doing those research, I was like, okay, now I'm actually honing on into that more from a science lens or from a, an actually research proven lens. For me, it's like evidence-based approaches to things that I feel like ever since I've learned a lot just by doing YouTube videos. And for me, you can literally search right now anything on how to be confident, for example. But when you try to teach it to someone and you're trying to apply it on your own experience, it's a way, it's a faster way to learn it, and it sticks in your brain way much than if you actually just watched a video about it. So I think that in terms of discovering yourself, it really helps you navigate what your skills are, what your passions are, and what you're really passionate about talking. For me, I used to make different videos, but sometimes I feel like I lean towards specific videos more than others, and I feel like this is a self-discovery journey for me. So whether YouTube takes off for you or not, it is definitely something everyone should start. The third point actually ties to the second one, but it's about you learning a lot of new things. For me, whether it's skills in editing, my editing, I started with my phone. And then I switched on to actually getting a camera and being able to edit on DaVinci Resolve. And for me, editing is so much fun. It's one of those things that, you kind of escape everything, all the troubles of the world, and you're just immersed in this experience of editing and playing around with music and playing around with B videos. For me, it's such an experience for learning new skills that I feel like could be transferable in terms of creativity, in terms of focus levels, but I've learned so many things. And for me to actually learn more about how YouTube works, how the algorithm works, I actually do a lot more research from the outside as well. So I think whether it's, something to do with actually editing your videos or things that you want to learn in your life to be able to teach others, I think starting a YouTube channel is absolutely the way to go. And I think that in general, when you have a YouTube channel, you get to see the community in YouTube is way more solid versus other social medias, because I think that other social medias is a bit on a surface level. For me, the reason why I love making long form videos is because I think I cannot really concise what I want to say in a short form video. I could really do that in a way to just link it to my longer form video, but there's a lot to say sometimes, and it kind of becomes like you're talking to a therapist and you're really taking things out as a journal. You're using it as a canvas. You're using it as a journal for you to reflect on actually what you feel and what are the things you enjoy doing and what do you really want to learn. The fourth point about why you should start a YouTube channel, I think that this could really be your new career. You don't know what you can actually make out of it. You know, the fact that we are all stuck in this 9-to-5 trap, it's okay to build a foundation, to build experience, but if you think about it, this 9-to-5 trap is absolutely crazy for me. The fact that I have to work every single day for the rest of my life and kind of bringing money for someone else, it drives me a bit crazy, because I'm not looking at YouTube as, oh, I'm actually just building it because I want it to be as a career. But when I started YouTube, that wasn't even in my mind. For me, it was like, I just want to do it for fun. I want to do it to build my public speaking skills. But now that I'm thinking, YouTube actually is a career for a lot of people. I've followed so many YouTubers that really influenced me in a way that's like, they've had full-time jobs, but they, you know, broke free from it, and now they're actually doing YouTube full-time. So imagine waking up in the morning, making up your own hours, deciding what content you want to share with the world, and the community you build there are way more loyal than the community you would build on Instagram or on Facebook, because people will keep coming back for content. And kind of like over time, you don't really need to set a niche from the beginning. It's something I try to experiment what really people want to hear, what I really enjoy sharing with the world. And I feel like over time, that community becomes like a virtual friend that they never thought they could have. So for me, it's like, what is my purpose in life? I know I want to mark a print, and I know I want to make a difference in people's lives, but how do I do it? You know, I don't think with a 9-to-5 I can do that in a massive amount that I feel like I have the potential to do. So with YouTube, it's like, if it ever takes off, it's a career, because it's a career that you're also passionate about, and you're able to change people's lives. Imagine how much people you can change their lives. For me, like, in my last couple of videos, the engagement that I got, I was so grateful for it, because I feel like this resonates. What I'm making actually makes a difference to someone's life. And although I haven't been getting any engagement from my first videos, but I kept going. Why? Because my purpose was, I know one day I will have a community, whether it's 50 people, whether it's 100 people, or 1,000, more than 1,000 people. It's very important to know that your purpose on starting a YouTube channel can always start with what you want to grow on. And then later on, it will become a ripple effect where what you're passionate about kind of translates to what people want to hear, and you're actually motivating people to actually also take, you know, autonomy on what they want to do. So for me, I would really push you towards starting a YouTube channel. It is such an amazing platform where you can grow and you can allow people to actually know who you are as a character. And people love hearing people's stories, people's, you know, kind of like lessons they've learned from their experiences. So for me, this is what I'm here for. I started it as a way to grow myself, but I'm also finding that it's helping other people. So for me, it's very rewarding. Like, I wake up in the morning like, okay, I'm gonna go to work, do my 9-to-5, but when I'm free and on the weekends, I utilize my time to build content that is actually, you know, useful for people. And knowing that you're teaching someone something is the best feeling ever. Last but not least, which is something that also ties to all these points, is you will grow your personality and character towards what you have discovered by creating a YouTube channel. Like I mentioned earlier, I used to make videos, you know, if you go back to my first videos, my goal was to create videos about self-care, spiritual insight, and self-development, or professional development. I think it was self-development. But the reason why I created that niche is because I felt like this is something I have grown on a lot in the past couple of years, and I felt like this is where I could share wisdom. And over time, although I tried to stay away from creating a niche, I still found that my passions were creating videos about how to do this, how to do that, learning new things, you know, how to, you know, keep in track with everything in technology that's going on in the world, but at the same time, how you can use those tools to enhance your productivity levels and personal growth. So for me, as I go, whenever I learn new things, whenever like I'm able to discover new productivity tools, I'm like, why don't I share it? And actually my most watched video right now is something I'm very passionate about. And it was a video about how to use Notion to hack my chaotic mind. I feel like for me, because that video was very authentic and it's a tool that I've been using for a really long time, and there's a lot that I shared, like, you can't just make this up in one day, right? This is something I've been using for a very long time. So for me, I shared different examples on how I used it, and it created more views. Why? Because people want to see authenticity. People want to see the reality of what goes on in your life, right? And to some extent, sometimes when you just never know what works and what doesn't. But what you know is, if you don't try, what could have happened? You have to try so you can know what works and what doesn't. Every trial is a lesson. even if it fails, you know exactly what fails and why it failed, and you wouldn't want to do it because you know, okay, this is not working for me. Let me try a different recipe, right? So it's like cooking something. If you've cooked something and you're like, it doesn't taste well for me, you don't really have to like disregard it, but you can try different methods and different recipes. Maybe add one ingredient here and there, and then it will turn out to be the taste that you want. So I think you should really consider it. And just remember that if you start a YouTube channel and you're thinking, oh, I don't want my friends to see me, I don't want my family to see me, just remember me. I made this channel, no one knew about it. I did it, who's gonna find you? Like, who's gonna know you made one? Just make it, see how it works, use it to build your confidence, use it to build your public speaking skills, and use it to actually discover what you're mostly passionate about, and things will actually start to come together very beautifully. Like, I cannot explain to you how my life has changed ever since I started YouTube. And obviously, you might think, this girl's not even made it yet. I don't need to make it. I think in my mind, I made it because what I've learned about myself through this process is way more important to me than how much money I can make from it now. Like, for me, it doesn't matter how much money I'm making, but I know that for me, those skills that I'm learning at a very young age, I think they're gonna create a larger impact in my future self, and that is what is important. So go ahead, go out there, start your YouTube channel for yourself, regardless of what the reasons are, just do it. You will actually thank me later. So thank you for watching this video. I hope I see you on the top. And if not, still let me know. I will be your first subscriber and I will engage in your videos and I will continue to motivate you to keep going. Thank you, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.